But my moderator, my cousin, Big Chef, is inside the comments. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, 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 my loves. Welcome into All Things Mastery class. And y'all know what we do here. We discuss and learn all things mastery on how you get from where you are to where you want to be, right? No matter what it is you desire, no matter who it is you desire. This is what we do over here. So welcome, welcome, and infinite gratitude for joining me. Infinite gratitude. Welcome my YT family, my FB family, and definitely my TikTok family, and now my T Witch family. Infinite gratitude for joining me. Do put a hey, 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 love, peace in the comment section. Let me know you're here. I do pay attention most times, and I would love to personally greet you, just give you a shout out and let you know that I appreciate you specifically for being here, right? So how do we learn all things mastery? How do we formulate the blueprint, right? Because how many of you know you don't get nowhere without a plan? You don't get nowhere without a formula, right? Bakers know this. There's a recipe for everything that you create, especially when you want to create uh, specific cuisines, right? Especially when it comes down to baking, there's a lot of ingredients and measurements and different things like that. The same applies with self mastery. There are fundamental principles, fundamental elements, right? There are seen and unseen things that are in play as to why we're doing the things we do or why we continue to do the things that we do not want to do. And so we teach you these things because I want to get y'all to understand on a deeper level why you do the things you do. Okay, as it relates to you getting the type of results that you're getting, right? So repelling what you want to experience is why I'm here, right? Because a lot of you are repelling the exact same things that you want to experience, and you really don't have a deeper understanding why. So if that sounds like something you want to learn, put a yes, 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 or ashe in the comment section. Let me know who I'm talking to. That's important. And for those of you who are new to me, put a new soul in the comments. Hi, Marvin. How are you, my love? I want to know who I'm speaking to. Are there any new souls, new beautiful souls? Put a new soul in the comment section so I can acknowledge you, so I can see who's new over here. For those of you who do not know, my name is Venus Scott. I'm a self-mastery educator and mentor. I have been for 15 plus years. I've been teaching for 15 plus years and have helped countless. Sierra, Ashe, Nuso. Let's welcome Sierra to the All Things Mastery family. Here we love. We show love. We give love. We respect love to one another and with one another. So Ashe, welcome in. Big hugs to you, Sierra. New soul, new beautiful soul. Okay, so the way I do these things, the way I teach you these proven systems and formula to help you achieve your desires. And not only that, I teach you in a way where you can do it more quickly, where you can accelerate, where you can do it more effortlessly, and definitely without any of the complications, right? So that's important, because I don't know about you, but your essence, your time, what some people we would say, your vital resources, okay? They are absolutely imperative, okay? And they are important. It's just as much as I protect mine, I protect yours if you are in my vortex. So I teach these systems to whether you're an entrepreneur and you want to scale your business, you want to get into business, you want to become an entrepreneur, you want to retire yourself, you want to get into money alignment, you want to understand money a little bit more outside of all of the jargon, the shit that's coming out of the echo chambers, right? Those of you who want to embody self-mastery, because now this concept called self-mastery and this indisputable fact of what self-mastery actually is so imperative. But now it's on a grander scale. Now you got more and more people talking about mastering self, mastering your reality, and such. And first and foremost, I'm here to let you know what that actually means, right? Because a lot of people are just talking, but they don't really understand what they're talking about. So glad to hear you. Appreciate it. Ashe. Absolutely. Listen, it's all love. I do sincerely appreciate it, right? So my teachings are from different areas, right? So I teach universal laws and principles that govern your behavior. I teach you how to reconstruct your old identity. Because how many of you know you cannot create a new reality with an old identity, right? The old version of you, you cannot pull into, manifest, attract, or create the experiences you want to create with that old version. So understanding how to reconstruct your identity, right? Because that deals with your personality. Understanding how to mentally reprogram the old dominant unhealthy programs that are dictating your behaviors currently. But we're about to change that. Ashe, we are definitely about to change that. So understanding what quantum physics is, understanding what your nervous system is, and what nervous system rewiring is. Right. So there's is a difference between just speaking about, oh, I gotta rewire my nervous system. Infinite gratitude. Thank you so much for the support, follow. Nikki, how are you, my love? Infinite gratitude, bliss will rise to you. We go into the depth of feminine, masculine, sensuality, sexuality, activation, ascension, elevation, understanding how energy and frequency and timeline jumping actually works, right? So there are some teachers out there, and it's no digs to them. They just simply are misleading a lot of people, okay? And so there are those of us who come to correct, those of us who come to share ancient wisdom knowledge that was, is, and now still sacred. Everything that has to do with you. So you may think that you don't need to understand what quantum physics is. You may think that you don't need to understand what language is, what cymatics is, which we're going to be getting into this rising. Your language is effing a lot of us up. Our language is hurting a lot of us, and we do not really understand the depths and what that actually means. How do I know this, Venus? How am I able to come to this conclusion? Because we all, those of us who are fortunate enough to have our ears and have the ability to actually hear, with all due respect to those who are unable to hear, right? I want to make sure I show my respect to those who cannot hear, but those of us who can actually hear, those of us who can actually sense. It is incredibly important that you understand what language cymatics is, understanding sound, because a lot of you are cursing your very self and you don't even know it, right? So baby, when I tell you, I think this one gonna be it. I think you see that fire. I was getting ready to say fuck. Well, I did say it. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? I'm well. I see you are too. Infinite gratitude. Thank you so very much. Infinite gratitude, Ashe. So just a friendly reminder, many of you, especially for my new beautiful souls that have just joined the All Things Mastery family, I am a mentor and educator, right? And I use profound tools, the same tools that you have. And one of those things is the power of repetition. So you're going to hear me repeat some things, as you should, because repetition builds and reinforces your retention. So all of the new programs that you are now planting in your subconscious can have room to receive it, right? Now you can expand upon those souls and those seeds. And so the more you feed what you want, and the more you starve what you don't want, you get to experience more of the things that you actually do want, because repetition builds retention. And how many of you know you can't operate in anything unless you understand it? You cannot create the results that you want if you do not apply, right? So this absolutely matters. So make sure engage. And you do that by commenting, you do that by liking. Infinite gratitude for the gift, Sierra. You do that by liking, you do that by making sure you grab your daily heart meat, as well as claiming your points so you can get your rewards too. Before we get into the lesson, for all things Mastery Infinity members, our lessons coming up for September, we're going to be going deep into why you're stuck in timeline loops and how to jump out of them. And this is going to be incredibly important when you are wanting and desiring and definitely desperate to change your circumstances. Why do I say desperate? Because a lot of us are desperate. because we're in a lot of very uncomfortable situations. A lot of us are facing evictions, homelessness. A lot of people are being, what do they call that? Let go from jobs. A lot of us are just still embodying scarcity and feel and listen with all the things that's going on. Hi, Lawyer P. How are you, my love? You are. I don't judge you unrighteously for that. So for all things Mastery Infinity Circle members, please make sure you set your calendars. Okay, September 7th, we're going to be going over why you're stuck in the timeline loops and how to jump out of them. And on September 21st, we're going to be going over how your energy is being harvested and how to stop it. So if any of you are interested in joining All Things Master Infinity Circle, please DM me and I'll send you the information so you can learn more about it, because it is absolutely phenomenal. So make sure you all are putting that on your calendar. Those are the updates for All Things Self-Mastering. And I don't know about you, but I love giving honor for everything that I do. So we take a moment to give honor. Ashe, if infinite gratitude to the infinite source of life, to the infinite source of creation. Infinite gratitude for nature, for nourishing us, for providing for us. Infinite gratitude to the multiverse. Infinite gratitude for all things that are pure and beautiful. Infinite gratitude for you, all of you beautiful souls who are here right now. Infinite gratitude to our ancestors who continually guide us, provide for us, and guard us from unseen forces, entities that are violators of divine cosmic order. Okay, infinite gratitude for all of it. How many of you know the importance of honoring the infinite source of creation? How many of you know it is important to honor thyself because you are the infinite source of creation? How many of you know it is important to give honor to your ancestors, Ashe, and give honor to other beings that's on this planet? Nikki, infinite gratitude, my love. Thank you so very much. So here at All Things Mastery, we journey in a core interplays between what you desire and how to actually get there, right? Why? Because until you, remember, first and foremost, until you remember who you are, you're going to continually descend, repeating the same old timeline loops, the same unhealthy behaviors, which we discussed across all experts and disciplines. Right? So this is not something that I just came up with. This is something that is already scientifically, spiritually proven, that so many of us are still suffering from 5 main pain points: financial security, purpose and fulfillment, right? Emotional and mental peace, love and connection. Many of us don't feel like we belong. Many of us are still suffering from health issues, diseases and ailments. And, we don't understand how our electromagnetic field work, our aura field, how our vitality is crucial in our existence here, right? So we need to understand, we need to. Infinite gratitude. Thank you so much, love, for grabbing your daily heartbeat, Nikki. I appreciate you. Right. So how many of you, I want to know. So I need to gauge. I like to gauge in who I'm talking to and where you are, because I realize that many of us are on different levels. Right. And that's absolutely cool. Many of us on different levels. Infinite gratitude for the roses, my love. How many of you understand what language is? How many of you understand what language is? Put a 1 in the comment section if you understand what language is. Not just speaking, like, what's your perspective of language? Put a 1 in the comment section if you understand it. Okay, I see your 1, Nikki. Loie P will do. Okay. All right. Sierra, I see your 1. Ashe, I love that. Big Chef, I see your 1. Ashe. Right? There was a time where I didn't really, there's a time where I had no clue outside of language being related to speaking. At one point, that was my definition. That was my perspective. Language equals talking. That's it. Or language is also the equivalent to all of the different languages that are being spoken. I had no idea how I was casting spells on my life. Because when I tell you my mouth was extremely reckless, I'm like 2% reckless now with my mouth sometimes, right? We're gonna keep it all the way transparent. I'm like 2% reckless with my mouth. It exists. Okay. My alter, that's all her. And I tag her whenever I need her, right? So I didn't understand how important understanding language cymatics is. What is language cymatics? Language cymatics is a study. Okay. So you're going to learn today not only the core of what language is, language cymatics, you're also going to learn how it's fudging a lot of you. Okay. You're also going to learn how to reverse engineer the sound frequencies and the spells that you are casting. You're going to learn. I'm a teacher. I'm going to read you a little article about the study that Dr. Emoto did, right? I'm going to be giving you 3 ways language directly affects you, right? And some word detox practices and some examples of what that is. And for many of you, peace, Tanya, how are you? Welcome in, indeed. Welcome in, my love. And so for many of you, this is a refresher, right? However, I am pretty much sure that there's going to be some things that I'm going to say to you that is going to be a new perspective for you. So I invite you to open up your heart and open up your mind, because when you are introducing something new, whenever that happens, your body and your mind is naturally going to reject it or repel it because it isn't familiar, and it treats new things like a threat. That's so rudely. How are you, my love? Peace, welcome in, right? So first, let's get into a little bit of history of language, right? And how it was distorted, because language was once a beautiful thing when it wasn't distorted, when it wasn't tampered with, right? And so the misuse of language, who misused the language, who distorted the language system, who distorted the cymatics, who were the liars of it, who created all of this, right? So infinite gratitude. So I need you all to understand that over time, language was distorted. It was distorted, it was reversed, and it was weaponized by those in power, right? Particularly those who ran religions, man-made religions, the great empires. We've all heard of the Council of Nicaea. We all heard the stories of Greece and Rome, right? We all heard the secret societies, right? And so here's how all of those things unfolded. Religious institutions adopted it, church and state, because church and state are businesses, they are corporations, they are entities. Let's not get it twisted. The conception of churches are businesses. Okay, so they are states, they are entities, right? Shifting divine language into dogma and fear-based spells. Most of these things came from man-made religion, and it don't matter which religion. Now, I'm not saying this to throw digs at any one of you who are still subscribing to any type of religion, Christianity, Muslim, what are they, Jesuits and Baptists and 7 Day. I'm not digging at you. I'm just sharing facts with you, because it is factual information that can give you a deeper perspective as to why your life is the way you life it, and why your life is the way it is, especially when it comes down to you keep experiencing some of the very same things that you don't want to experience. So the distortion of languages, right, shifted from divine language into dogma and fear-based spells. Latin and English were used to obscure the truth. Why did they do that, Venus? They use that so they can control the masses. Again, we're speaking about those who are power hungry, those who have always been power hungry. We're talking about those who created the systems that were designed to keep you mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally enslaved. Right? This is important because a lot of us are still under that enslavement. A lot of us are still being programmed by that doctrine. A lot of us are still under the same very spells that they put in place to keep us under those spells. It is the very same language that many of us are still speaking that is also keeping us under these spells, and you don't even realize, and I can tell in the conversations that you all are having every single day. Even the ones who know better, even the ones who constantly feel like, you know what, something just ain't sitting right in my soul, in my belly about this conversation that I'm in engagement with, that I'm in participation with. I know many of you have that because you are a beautiful soul. You are a cosmic being. You are consciousness. All of these things that I discuss is you. It's just that so many things have been distorted and we don't have clarity on as what the distortion is and how it was distorted, because you cannot fix the why unless you know. You cannot fix the why until you learn the how, right? So this goes with uh, to obscuring the truth, controlling the masses through linguistic programming. I don't know if, put a one in the comment section if you ever heard of NLP, neuro linguistic programming. Neuro mean your nervous system. Neuro also can mean your neurotransmitters, right? So that is the area in the field and the study that helps you rewire your neurological system, your neural networks, your neural pathways, and your nervous system. All of those are correlated to one another. So these entities that were in power, that created these structures, that distorted language, the beauty and the power in the language to subtract its power, okay, which they knew what they were doing. They made the world exclusive. They made some parts of the world and parts of themselves and their organizations exclusive, not inclusive. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need to understand both, just like you need to understand both what's intrinsic and what's extrinsic, because everything that happens on the external happens first internal. Ashe, Sierra, I see the one. You heard of it before? That is something, that is one of the areas in which I teach from, neuro-linguistic programming. Can we pin that word? Which word? Neuro-linguistic programming? Sierra, is that what you're speaking of? Okay, so number 2, legal corporation systems, right? Ashe. Oh, you want Chef, if you here, can you pin Ashe? Oh, neuro-linguistic programming. Can someone type it in the comment section? Chef, if you're here, if you can type it in the comment section and then pin it. I don't think I'm able to pin. Only moderators can pin. I thank you so much if you catch that. Okay. If she's here, I got you, love. Okay, so number 2, the legal corporation system, maritime law, and admiralty law. Any of you heard of, you're welcome, any of you ever heard of maritime law? Right? When you get into what currency is, what the current is, the energetic frequencies that are attached to it, right? Replace natural spiritual law with contractual and deceptive wordplay. So understand that there's a difference, and I'm going to touch on a little bit of both. Understand that there's a difference between semantics and cymatics. Cymatics deals with sound, language, frequency. Semantics just deal with playing around with words, okay? And now y'all all know people who have done that. You've probably even done it. I've done it, in my past, okay? Because I've always been sassy with the mouth, and when you couple that with intelligence, it's like, okay, I can play around with some words, okay? I can play around with some words. So just giving an example as to how they were manipulated and screwing up with the words. A word like person. Now, mind you, thank you so much, Chef. Infinite gratitude, Sierra is pinned up, neuro-linguistic programming. So I want y'all to understand something. Words like person, and this is just an example before we actually get into the lesson. We're still talking about the history of language, right? And who created the distortion versions, who manipulated it in their favor to serve their purpose, right? So We use person all the time, right? We're going to use that as an example. Peace, Kirk. How are you, my love? So, how many of y'all ever heard of the Black's Law Dictionary? I never heard of the Black's Law Dictionary until like 15 years ago. Okay. I knew about Webster's Dictionary. I knew about the there was another the encyclopedia, right? I knew about a thesaurus. They think they on a ship, they need to see a therapist. What? I'm not sure if I understand what you're saying. Infinite peace, Kirk. How are you? So words like person, citizen, and individual are all legal fictions, right? They are all cymatic traps that redefine your status and power and your awareness. If you ever read the book The Straw Man, it will tell you a lot about why you should want some of the important reasons as to why you should stop referring to yourself as human, why you should stop referring to yourself as a citizen, why you should stop referring to yourself as a person, because every letter is equivalent to a color. Every color is equivalent to a letter. And every sound wave is directly correlated to numbers, colors, and symbols. So when you are unaware of the words that you're speaking, it continually keeps you entrapped because the individuals who created these words that we are using today, they knew what it meant. They knew what it was going to do, right? They knew. A lot of us didn't know because our parents didn't know and their parents didn't know. Now, if you were fortunate to grow up in a household where whoever your guardians was, they had an understanding of this sacred knowledge, they had an understanding of this information, you were fortunate, right? If you applied what they taught. But there are many of us who did not know that person wasn't something that you should refer yourself to, because every time you refer yourself to an individual, now I'm going to say individual. No, I'm not going to say individual. Well, individual, yes, I'm going to use two words. Every time you refer yourself as an individual, it keeps you in a state of separatism. What does that mean, Venus? Why is that important? Because as long as you think you are separated from source, you cannot operate from source. You cannot create from source. Why? Because it keeps you in a state of disempowerment instead of empowerment. And we're using these, casting these spells all day, every day. Midnight Girl, too. How are you, my love? Right? Words like human. I know that's. Oh, wait, hold on. Words like human, right? Now remember, just because something is distorted doesn't mean it doesn't carry the same frequency. Separatism, yes, the error. It doesn't mean that it carries a different frequency. Okay? Just like a tomato is a tomato. It don't matter how you spell it so much. What really matters is that it's a tomato. Okay. And so even though you may say it differently, depending on who you are and what region you are from, doesn't change the nature of the tomato. So when you have things that are GMO, and I mean people too that are GMOs, when you have these systems, structures, and entities that have been set in place for your demise, for your self-destruction, you have to go a little bit deeper than the surface level to understand the totality of why you keep recycling unhealthy behavior patterns, why you still talking like you were 10, why you're still, I'll show you somebody. Why your vocabulary haven't elevated, why you still don't understand why people have changed the ways in which they speak. Ashe, right? We are one. Ashe, my love. Ashe. How are you? Singing my heart song. How are you singing my song? How are you, my love? Infinite gratitude. Ashe. So we have to understand that. So just understand that all words have and carry a frequency, and it's not by coincidence. It is by design. Now you have to be able to differentiate from what is natural and from what is unnatural, right? You are not a sea monster. Now you won't find that just by typing in what does human being mean in Google. You won't find that. This is why when I can tell when people say, oh, I did my research, that's what it means. I can tell you got it from Google. Did you ever think to go past Google? If you really want something, there is no rhyme, reason, justification as to why you're doing it. So when it comes down to you figuring out why you're not celebrating your goals, why you still don't have a business yet, why things aren't working in your favor, when you still are having contemplations and still embody fear and scarcity, when you still are doing all of these things, when you still are stuck on certain timelines, this is a part of it. Understanding language is a big part of the why. And you cannot fix what you do not understand. So this is why you need to understand these things. Love what you were teaching. Thank you. Infinite gratitude. Sing my song, right? So we need to understand this. This is why I stopped using the word human, because what it actually vibrationally means. And if you look at the Black's Law Dictionary, it means sea creature. I don't know about you, but I'm not a sea creature. So I'm not going to call you a human being. I stopped calling beautiful souls humans a long time ago once I learned. Because if you know better, you should do better if you're in your right mind. Only one thing's true. One thing is true, and it is for certain. When people don't choose to do better, ... You can fill in the blanks. So I don't know about you, but I'm not connecting beautiful souls, infinite sources, infinite consciousness, which you are, to a damn sea monster. I'm not doing that, and I don't encourage you to do it. But however, if you continue to do it, I'm just here to give you the facts of what's happening when you do it, what's going to happen if you continue to do it. Meaning, if you continue to not learn what you need to learn, which means you're going to stay in your ignorance, whether you know it or not, like it or not, understand it or not. I'm here to give you the facts of what's going to continue to happen if you keep talking crazy about yourself, if you keep talking crazy with others. I'm going to show you exactly what's happening, because a lot of you need to understand how real it really is. Okay? The same words you speaking can keep you unhealed. And the same goes for the opposite. The same words can also keep you unhealed. The truth is the same on the other spectrum. Words can also heal you. Okay? Language became a weapon of mass programming. The quickest way for you to control a nation is to reprogram the womb. Who's the womb? Put the answer in the comment section. Who is the womb? Who is the nation? Who's the nation? Who's the womb? Shah, how are you, my love? Welcome in. Who's the womb? The quickest. There you go. There you go. Hold on. Y'all coming in hot. Big Chef. Y'all coming in hot mode. The Black woman, Sierra, the divine feminine. Ashe, Shah. Y'all came in hot with that one. I love it. Don't stop, won't stop, can't stop, won't stop. I love that. Because a nation cannot rise higher than the woman. It cannot, because we are the wombs of the nation. We are the portals of the nation. We are the direct descendants of the oracles and the mothers of all nations. I need y'all to understand that. I'm not going to keep on that, but I need y'all to understand and remember who you are: divine feminine, non-ether being, neuromelanated being, cosmic being, world consciousness being. Repetition of low frequency words reprogram your subconscious to attract the very experiences that you are saying you don't want. And then a lot of y'all just gradually, a lot of us are just, what other word can I use other than foolish? Because if you know better, only foolishness will encourage you to not do better. Only a fool despises to apply wisdom. It is not enough to have an understanding of something, but when you don't apply it, what does that say about you? And so then when you get a very transparent, loving, authentic, and genuine person that truly loves you in the way that they should, that's going to share with you, give you the undesirable truth, you want to argue with them. You want to unlike them. You want to unfollow them. You want to unfriend them. You want to unfamily them. Why is that? A fool is what a fool does. And only a fool despises only a fool despises wisdom. Only a fool despises sacred information. Only a fool denies acceleration and elevation. That is just the truth. Eden Rose, how are you, my love? Infinite gratitude, right? So what are some examples of these distortions, right? The word spelling comes from spell, right? We cast spells every time we speak. Every time. Now I'm casting spells. You're casting spells. And it just doesn't happen when you are verbally speaking. You can cast spells through writing. You can cast spells through just thinking, your internal dialogue, which I'm going to get into further into the lesson. Peace, my love. Hi, honey. How are you? Blissful Rise, Eden Rose. How you doing? Right? So when you understand this, and the more you apply it, the more you can change it. The English language has been called the language of commerce and confusion, layered in homonyms, double meanings, right? Contradictions. You say one thing, but you mean another thing. And until you begin to undumb yourself, undull yourself, unstupefy your mind, you're going to keep doing the bidding of the very same people that put you in enslavement in the beginning. The same people, entities, and places that's keeping you in enslavement. So don't be bitching. Don't continue bitching. Don't continue moaning. Don't continue crying about who did and why they did it, because you're the one that's doing it. You're the one that's still participating in it. Name versus identity, right? Do we not understand it? So just like the unconscious mind or habitual programmed language, conscious language is infused with intention. It is deliberate and it is purposeful. And it is what is putting you in alignment with your thoughts and your words and your deepest desires through the use of these tools. Your language is a tool. Sound is a tool. Color symbolism, tools. Mantras, tools. Your mind is an infinite tool that you have to change the trajectory of your life. Right? You can reframe and change your beliefs at any point in time if you choose to. You can transform your negative self-talk, your internal negative dialogue, and create more empowering and uplifting dialogue. One of the key principles of conscious language is understanding that words create vibrations. Words create vibrations. Infinite gratitude. Thank you so much for grabbing your heart rate, Victoria. Right? Every time you speak, it creates a vibration. And what does vibration do? It affects things. It moves things. It reshapes things. So every time you speak, it is reshaping your consciousness. It is reshaping your neuro linguistic system. It is reshaping your nervous system. It is reshaping your reality, because what happens internally, the results are shown externally. So everything that is going on in your life right now, on the timeline that you're on, a large percentage of that is due to your language. Your inner standing, understanding, outer standing, or not have a standing at all of it. And that's imperative. Each word carries its own energy and its own frequency when you intentionally or unintentionally use them. Ashe? Hi, Tamika. Hi, babe. Hi, love. How are you? How are you, love? You spoken it into existence. Ashe. I say each word carries its own energetic frequency, and when you intentionally use them, then they work in your favor. Then the universe work in your favor. I did a post the other day talking about the misconception of people saying the universe is always working in your favor. You don't need to rush. You don't need to do this. You don't need to chase. You don't need to blah blah blah. The universe is already working in your favor. It's literally preparing everything that you say you want, and that is inaccurate to the highest degree. The universe isn't working in your favor. The universe is giving you according to what you're transmitting, according to the frequencies, the sounds, the vibrations that you are transmitting. So meanwhile, the universe can work in your favor. Meanwhile, the universe can give you whatever you want, right? It can only do that if you're transmitting that to it. It's not a mediator to decipher whether you want a thing or you don't. It's not a mediator between, it's not your best friend. The universe isn't your best friend where you can go and be like, hey girl, I think I want him. I'm not sure, he do this. And then your girlfriend is gonna be like, yeah, well, girl, he a trash put, he a mutt. Infinite gratitude, newbie. Riri, how you doing, girl? He just no good. He done F by 4, 5, my 3 friends, Lisa, Tanya, Renee, Sarah, and Janet. Okay? The universe isn't your best friend. I need y'all to understand that. The universe isn't your love maker, your matchmaker, your cupid. The universe isn't your genie in that context. You're the one who co-creates with it. It is one of its purposes is to not contradict itself. The universe cannot play your best friend, play your mediator, play your advocate, all while being true to itself. It cannot violate itself. It can only express itself through you. So whatever you choose, bad or good, that's what it's going to give you. So please, with this misinformation, stop accepting foolishness and retaining it. The universe ain't working in your damn favor. The universe is working with your transmission. The universe is working according to how you're working it. There is no if or and or buts, and that's not up for debate because that's a fact. And people, the reason why that's a danger in you believing, the reason why that's a danger in you accepting that is because it keeps you lazy, it keeps you unaccountable, and it keeps you irresponsible. Because as long as you hold to the concept that no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how you say it, no matter who you say it to, no matter when you say it or where you say it, your universe is going to auto-correct in your favor. It's not your damn spelling check autocorrect. That's not its purpose. So no, the universe isn't working in your favor while you sit on your ass and do nothing. The universe ain't working in your favor when you choose to be unaccountable and irresponsible. The universe ain't working in your favor if you continually say, well, time heal all wounds. Okay, yeah, you're absolutely right. Take forever and ever. Because there's no rhyme, reason, justification, or excuse why so many of us are still 10 years, 20 years, I'm still on my healing journey. Yeah, I'm still on how are you still on your healing journey? 10, 20 plus years. Come on, that should let you know something. What I'm telling you should set a fire under your ass. Yes, you and I verse, you need verse, you inverse. Okay, that's you inverse. It's what you're putting out. I say Eden Rose is what you're putting out. So when you understand this, you will stop taking things so personal. Don't worry about the messenger. Don't bother with even though the messenger is baby, all types of fine, okay? All types of fine. Okay. Besides that though, it's not so much about the messenger you should be paying attention to. It is the message you should be receiving and welcoming. All truth don't feel good, even though the package is saying something, okay? The messenger, okay? However, I need y'all to understand that because it's one of the things that is keeping us trapped. And it's sad. The amount of conversations I see us having, sometimes it's like, I cannot, it's baffling that we're still talking about politics. It's baffled in the manner that we do. Now, I'm not saying that simply talking about politics is harmful. But however, what I'm saying is that we're still having discussions about the presidential elections. We're still having conversations about left side, right side, upside, down side. We're still having conversations about their laws, their systems. We're still having conversations about what they did and who they had the nerve to blah blah blah. We're still having conversations about do the man deserve submission from a woman? Why or why not? What do you mean? Do you understand what submission is? This is what I mean. A lot of us are having speaking spells, okay, casting spells. A lot of us continue to cast harmful spells not only on ourselves, onto others with the stupidity. We don't comprehend a lot of things that we say all day, every day. No wonder why a lot of us are drained of our energy. No wonder why a lot of us lives aren't changing. No wonder why your health is improving. No wonder why your life isn't getting better because you keep casting spells and hexing yourself and other people, the very same people who you say you love. Do you not comprehend? How in the world, according to, now I'm not saying just throw away all of the definitions because the definitions are what they are. There's just certain definitions that have definitions underneath them to trick you into thinking the first definition or the surface level definition is the it all be all. And it's absolutely not. So how can you continue having these foolish conversations and know what it's doing to your body, know what it's doing to your mind? How can you say out of your mouth if you're supposed to be intelligent, if you're supposed to be wise, and ask that type of foolish question? Do men deserve women to be submissive? First of all, when you understand your genetics, when you understand your genome, the woman, the divine feminine, is just superior. That's that's not something cute to just say. And I know there's some women that take advantage of it, but that's a fact. Women's genetics, the divine feminine genetics, is 1,000 times stronger than the male genome. The X chromosome has more makeup, has more cells in it. In fact, the Y is a mutation of the X. And I'm not saying this to hurt y'all feelings because we love our the dominant masculine men. We love ourselves because you are an expression of us. You came from us, so we love you, but you also need to understand the truth. So, how can the superior gene submit to the inferior gene? It's impossible. Or do we not understand or comprehend the words in which we're using? On your own time, go look up what submission means. And you'll be like, you know what? Right on. Right on. Not that I need to be right. You need to understand what's righteous. You need to understand the words that you're using. Every word you speak, they are commands. They are spelled and they are used and can be used to either elevate you, pardon me, or continue to curse you. while I regulate my throat chakra. Put something in the comment section. If this is making sense to you, if this is touching you in any type of way, put an ashe in the comment section. Peace, Jimmy. Ashe. Peace, Richard. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you for teaching me. Ashe, infinite gratitude, Queen Lynn. We are one. Ashe, I see you, Eden. I see you, Riri. How are you, Riri, my love? Hi, beautiful soul. Right? So, Victoria, I see you. Infinite gratitude. Right? So, every word we speak can and will either curse us, continue to curse us, or it can either elevate us. Right? The ability, these words that we're using, they carry the strength and the ability to shape your reality. How are we not understanding that yet? I don't know, but I'm here to teach if you're willing to learn. I'm here to show you the way if you're willing to walk with me. I know who I am. I remember who I am. And I remember my divine purpose. One of my purposes is to be the mediator, communicate from the cosmic realm to the earthly realm, to guide. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your words materialize matter into manifestation. I'm going to say that again. Your words materialize matter into manifestation. So every time you speak, your words are becoming the literal manifestations of it. And it is not only shaping you because you are consciousness, it is also shaping your experiences, right? So this is the art of spell casting. And it's an ancient practice. This is not something that's new. Peace, tell the truth. How are you, my love? Make sure y'all getting your daily heart mates and claiming your points. This is not something that is fact, that is fiction. Infinite gratitude, love. Infinite gratitude. I hope you're doing amazing. Okay? Spell casting is an ancient practice. This is not something new. And it wasn't always as they made it or portrayed it to be. Spell casting can be good or it can be bad. Remember the universal laws that we've learned. There cannot be one without the other. And the one and the other are on the same parallel line. There's just different degrees of them. Infinite gratitude. That was so beautiful. Tell the truth. I like that. Thank you. Infinite gratitude, right? So there is no such thing as one without the other. So in the medium of it, you have the words, you have the spell, right? Depending on the person's intent, known or unknown, will determine which degree that is being used in. A higher degree or a lower degree, right? So it's an ancient practice that has been used for centuries intentionally to materialize matter into manifestation. However, many of our ancestors wasn't using it to harm people themselves. They were using it to shape and mold the realities that they were living in. They used spell casting righteously to shape the experiences that they wanted to experience. They use spell casting to uplift. They use spell casting and alchemy, right? Because spell casting is also a form of alchemy to feed and nurture and to transmute energies and elements in a righteous way, not an unrighteous way. Spell casting is not about waving wands. This is not Harry Potter. Okay? This is not Hogwarts, even though some of us living like we ain't goddamn Harry Potter doing all type of foolish shit. Okay? But this is not spell casting, is not Harry Potter mysticism. That's not what it is. Spellcasting is not waving wands or reciting incantations alone. It's about recognizing the properties of language and harnessing its energy to manifest your desires. Remember, I told y'all that y'all literally can manifest and create anything you want to. How many? When did the cell phone come out? Can somebody please tell me? I don't know. Somebody Google it real quick, or just give it in a roundabout. You don't have to give the exact year. But however, can somebody give me a ballpark of what century, what decade the cell phones came out? Okay, in the 80s. That yeah, because I in the 70s, I'm a 70s baby, so I know I had a pager. You're right, absolutely right, Shop. I know we had pages. That's how we were communicating through pages. That's how we were communicating through pages. Pages, right? I had a long green one. It was my absolute favorite, baby. That thing was kicking. Right? Okay, that is my favorite little green electronic device that we were using to send messages. So, how did that cell phone come about? How did the cell phone come about? How do we have cell phones right now today? How are we able to use cell phones today, my loves? How are we able to do this? You know why? Because someone thought about it first. And in order for him to think about it, he also had to use language cymatics, spell casting, to help bring it into, to help materialize it into matter before it became a tangible manifestation. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? What? Yes, yes. Nick, what is that? What? I can't see it under my white shirt. I mean, something 21. Nick, is it Nikki? I know I don't even want to try. Pardon me. I don't ever want to butcher no one name, right? So that's what it is. So just like you can tangibly see this phone, we use it, it works, it's an operation. Somebody had to bring it here. And one of the tools that is absolutely required to turn matter into the materialization, the tangible materialization, is sound and frequency. And many of y'all wondering why you broke, why you living in financial scarcity. Many of y'all wondering why you're not forging healthy relationships. Many of y'all are attached to some of the most unhealthy, toxic speaking people. And it is hurting you so bad, and you don't even know it. Even if you are in the vicinity of toxic speaking people, right? That's still affecting you. Why? Because our auras, right? Remember, we are both electrical and magnetic. Your bioelectromagnetic field is your aura, projects 6 feet in your circumference. So everything you do, verbally, non-verbally, is going to not only affect anybody that is within your 6 feet circumference, it also can affect people that live across the world, especially when you get a small group of people, and these there's been insurmountable studies that was done on this. When you have a small group of people and you put them in the same room in a healthy environment that's not energetically distorted, when they are intentionally vibrating, spell casting in a united front, they can literally materialize matter in a whole nother country. They did this conducting a mass meditation to heal a certain country that was under attack, that was going through some things. I don't remember all of the details of the story, but that was a factual story. So don't tell me that just talking to certain people ain't affecting you. Don't tell me by you talking to certain people isn't affecting you and isn't affecting other people, especially your children, the ones you love, because we care about the babies. But one of the reasons why a lot of them are so distracted, dysfunctional, is because we are still dysfunctional. We keep breeding dysfunction, handing down dysfunction. Lineage after lineage after lineage, generation after generation after generation. When is it time for you to say, you know what, enough is enough? And not just say it, stop it. But some of y'all love being disempowered way too much to ever tell a person that you still love and care about that you have to pull away for a little bit or a lot of it or until infinity and beyond. Right? Most people are living under spells they unknowingly cast on themselves or other people, right? Knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally. It does not matter. It does not matter. This isn't just poetic. It's quantum and psychological facts, right? So when we're constantly listening to or speaking, whether verbally or nonverbal, right? Things like, I don't look good today. I don't feel good today. Now, I'm not saying, now y'all have to go deeper and stay with me and read between the lines, because I know y'all are capable of doing so. It's okay, Lawyer P. We getting it together. We getting things together. I need y'all to stay with me and read between the lines also, okay? I'm not saying be ignorant to what's going on. What I'm saying is that be aware of it, but stop feeding it, especially when it's sucking you dry. That's what I'm saying. So moving forward, when we continually say, receive around people who talk like this, by this I mean I don't look good in this. Okay, I'm overweight. I don't feel good. That looks horrible on me. Oh my goodness. I don't like my arms. I don't like my neck. It's just I don't like my neck. I don't like my butt. I don't like my legs. I feel depressed. I am depressed, right? I can't do this, right? I'm overwhelmed and in this I'm triggered. I'm constant, like I'm just disgusted and busted, right? Okay, that costs too much, or I ain't got it. I ain't got it. That's just too much, right? No, you can't have that. We can't afford that. Okay, I'm lonely. I don't. But that, do y'all understand what I'm saying? However, when you understand what I'm saying, because you cannot unhear everything that you just heard, which means you have a choice. You're either going to be responsible and start taking steps, even if they're baby steps, and strengthening your ability to do what is righteous, to do what is going to continue to keep you elevated and uplifted, to do what is the opposite of destroy you, right? No justifications, no rhyme or reasons, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because if you were ever my mentee, you know I do not allow that. What do you want? Simple. Don't give me the whole story. What do you want? You either want it or you don't. That's it. It's real simple. And we want to unsimplify the most simplest things. It's simple. Make a decision. You either love yourself enough or you don't. You either want more money or you don't. You either want to elevate or you don't. You either want more confidence or you don't. You either want to stop being a people pleaser or you don't. You even want you do if you even if you either want a bigger house, apartment, move out of the country or you don't. You either want a beautiful spouse, a partner, fling thing, whatever and you call it in your life or you don't. It's simple. And once you make a solid, clear decision, or you know what? This is what I actually want. Next thing you need to do is take all the steps that's required to get there. And if that includes disassociating yourself, detaching from people, places, and things that isn't in alignment or isn't helping you achieve what you want, they need to be on the back burner. Whether it's for a week, for a month, or for never ever February. February of never worry. You choose. You either want to be empowered or disempowered. Come on now. You either want to be a goddess or God. Which one you want to be? You want to be the victim or the victor? Please choose one, because either way, the effects are gonna happen. And there's nothing you can do about it, because none of us are excluded from universal laws and principles. And one of the most profound lessons from ancient wisdom, which is science, and now openly confirm it, is that the fact that your sound can create reality from just an idea. Come on now. Just from an idea. From a thought. Do y'all see all of these beautiful trees outside? I know in New York, y'all trees kind of scarce. If you in New York, okay? No, she didn't play. Are you coachable? You gotta want it. Yes, you gotta want it. You gotta want it. What a few of the mentees that I work with are in this live. Tamika's Quiet Storm is one of them. She'll tell you how we get down. She'll tell you exactly how we get down. Baby, I love you, but I will not sit here and stroke your foolishness. I'm going to tell you the truth because I love you genuinely. Now, what you decide to do with that, now that's on you. Okay? Connecticut too. Do y'all see the beautiful trees outside? Do you think that they just all of a sudden there was a tree outside? Now, no, when we're not focusing on these things, right? When we're not intentionally being aware of these things, this is why I said our reminders need reminders. You see, Quiet Storm said yes, and she put a few of them S's. Okay, right? Those trees were once thoughts. Those trees were once seeds. So no matter what you want or what you need or desire, it can manifest. You can manifest it. You can create it. I'm telling you, except for unicorn zebras. Now, I think that would be asking for way too much of the universe or yourself. Now, in your dreams somewhere, you can absolutely have a zebra unicorn, and it will be absolutely beautiful. I know once upon a time. Peace, Claus, how are you? I know once upon a time I loved unicorns. And I said, oh, I'm gonna buy me. I beg you, you cannot tell me that I was not gonna own a unicorn one day. A blue and white unicorn with a blue and white sparkly horn. You couldn't tell me I wasn't gonna own one day, okay? So I want you all to also be beautifully delusional, okay? Not foolishly delusional, but be beautiful delusional enough. Be beautifully imaginative enough to know that most things that you want, you can create and manifest. When you understand these things. Cymatics. What is cymatics? We're talking about it, the visual vibration of sounds. Yes, unicorns. I love me some unicorns. I still love unicorns to this day. Well, I love anything sparkly still to this day, right? So words produce geometric shapes. I know. I'm sure many of you have seen the study of if you put water in a singing bowl and you hit the singing bowl, the sound creates geometric shapes through the water. So you can see the water moving because of the vibration. You can also see it start to create shapes. You can also see this with this is also shown when you put salt on a base of anything and you attach a vibration or frequency to it, you will see that the salt begins to make shape and form geometric shapes. That's how powerful your words are, no matter which words you're using. That's how powerful you are. And the best thing that you can do for yourself is understand cymatics, understand the words that you're using, comprehend the words that you're using. I'm talking about the flip side, the upside, the downside. I want you to know the words behind the words that you're using. Ashe? This is why they have a whole bunch of us still saying good morning. No offense to anybody who say good morning in the live. No digs to you. But that is one of the words that was distorted, that was flipped and switched. But the underlying frequency and vibration of, hey, infinite gratitude. That was so cool. I love that. I say infinite gratitude because of Polly, how are you? Welcome in, right? The frequency that is attached to it, right? Outside of the trickery, okay? It means to mourn. So this is how they keep ciphering of our energy. This is how they keep you subjected to their foolery. This is how they keep you mentally enslaved. This is how they keep you at the same job year after year, century after century, just self-destructive. This is how they keep you attached to relationships that you know damn well you don't belong in. This is one of the ways that they keep you bound. Because as long as you keep saying good morning, don't go. As long as you keep saying that, you're not understanding that you're putting yourself in a state of grief. Because what do people do? What's the reason for people to mourn? Grief. It is by design, my loves. And I know some of you, because I heard it. One of my sisters actually said this when I was trying to educate her. She was like, mourning don't mean mourn. It's not even spelled the same. Baby, it ain't take me not 2 blinks to not finish that conversation. Because what I'm not going to do is argue with someone who do not meet my intellectual value or capacity. I'm not talking to no one that is repellent or non-receptive to even wanting to, like, you know what? It's new. I haven't heard that before, but at least let me think about it, or let me look it up real quick. But I'm not about to continue to teach. I'm not chasing you to elevate. I'm not chasing nobody to understand. When I tell you it took me less than blink twice, Venus, I didn't finish that conversation. I said, okay. And that's what I said. Okay, because what would be the point of me saying, but this is why? And if you already made up your mind that you rejected it? What would be the sense? I'm not yielding my energy to you. I'm not ciphering, allowing you or even my lower self to cipher my energy just to prove a point to you in which you have already done proven the point for you. No, I'm going to back off. It's okay. Whatever you say, it's okay. Now, what I'm going to do is stay the fuck away from you. Okay? Bars. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stay the fuck away from you as long as I can until you get some sense back in you. And when I mean sense, I'm not even talking about you really understanding etymology, because that's what it is. The study of words is etymology. But what I'm not going to do is talk to a damn wall. I'm not going to talk to the wall. And that's what a lot of you be doing, talking to walls, trying to get your point across. Why? Because you need external validation. But that's a whole nother masterclass. I'm just telling you the truth because I want you to do better. Okay? Cymatics, a visual vibration. The visual vibration of sound. Words produce geometric patterns. Harmony equals beauty, just like chaos equals what? Distortion. Your voice is a literal vibratory, vibrational instrument. How many of y'all can sing? How many of y'all have listen, How many of y'all just when y'all heard Diana Ross sing, she gave you chills? When y'all heard Shaka Khan sing, she gave you chills. When y'all heard of whoever your most beloved psalmist is, and they just give you chills. Baby, that's not chills. Them that's them vibrating on a level that is affecting your aura. That's why you feel it. Their vocal instrument is that powerful that some of us call that, oh, I get chills, I get goosebumps. No, that's vibrations that you're being affected by. And just because you're affected by something doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing or a good thing, even though bad or good is subjective. I'm just using it on a level in which we all can understand. Sacred voice and channel. Yeah, that's why in Sinners they wanted Sammy. They didn't give a damn about none of the people in Sinners. They didn't give a damn about Sammy, about the girl, about Stack and Stoke and whatever smoke, Stack and Smoke. Baby, they didn't want none of them. They didn't want the voodoo priestess. Okay, they didn't want the high priestess. They didn't want nobody. They wanted Sammy because Sammy had that superior cosmic vocal tool of mass power. And when you harness such mass power, you can affect the masses. Just like projecting your voice. The higher you project your voice, the further it goes. The more people, places, things it will affect. Is that y'all getting it? Ask yourself, are your words in harmony? Are they harmonizing or are they distorting? What is your internal dialogue? What is that like? What are the conversations that you're having in your head? Ashe? Okay. Now I'm a wiggle a little bit. 2 minutes. Let's tap up the screen. Let's tap up the screen while you think. Let's tap up the screen. Let's tap up the screen. Let's tap up the screen while you think. Come on, I want you to think about this while you're tapping. Think about this while you are tapping. Infinite gratitude. Infinite gratitude. I see we are past 70K. Infinite gratitude, chef. Won't we do it? Won't we do it? W-E, we. Okay? You and me. Won't we do it? Okay? He ain't doing anything over here. So tap, 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 tap while you think. When was the last time you took an assessment of your internal dialogue? When is the last time you took an assessment of the dialogue that people around you are speaking? Tap, tap, tap. When is the last time you were aware of what your words was doing, how they were making you feel? Tap, tap, tap. When was the last time that you took an inventory of the way your life is? Tap, tap, tap. And being transparently honest with yourself, not lying to yourself, because only you can tell you the truth. You cannot fool yourself. Rockstar, how are you? Infinite gratitude, love. Only you can fool you. Because I tell you, and you may be able to fool a lot of other people, but I promise you, those are fools too. You cannot fool everybody. So the best thing you can do is be transparently honest with yourself. Transparently honest with yourself. Transparently honest with yourself. Even if it stings. In order for there to be reorder, readjustment, there must be some type of discomfort. Action. Infinite gratitude. Is that Rockstar? Listen, is that Rockstar? Let me know. Listen, let me know. Infinite gratitude, right? I want to read something to you. Yes, this rising. Venus, my dear, how are you? Hi, Jules. Hi, my love. How are you? Rockstar, DM me. DM me. We need to talk. I live in Thailand now, so it'll probably be tomorrow sometime, your time. But DM me so we can talk. I miss you. Love you. Oh goodness, it's so good to see you. I got to get back to teaching. Okay. I'm in Thailand. I live in Thailand right now in Asia. Yeah. Okay, so DM me. I gotta get back to the people. Okay, we need to eat. We eating right now. We eating. Hey, let me stop playing. Listen, just DM me. Okay, I gotta get back. Okay, so listen. See, I just got excited. Okay, so here I go. Here I go. Okay, now that we got to shimmy out, because remember, energy needs to move, energy needs to flow. Okay, so not only are we learning and educating, we're making sure that we're paying attention to what our bodies need, and our bodies need movement. So when I say quick, tap, move around a little bit. Okay, pat. Let's get into it. Let me read you something really powerful. This is an article done that someone did with Dr. Marisu Emoto. Okay, so let me read your story document. It's powerful. I promise you, it's going to be powerful. I need y'all to pay attention. Okay, Doctor Dr. Marisu Emoto. He's the doctor that did that exposed the water to that exposed the elements of water, the impact of sound and water. He exposed water to different words and intentions, right? The water responded visibly. So all of his experiments involve photographing the crystalline structures of the water after it's been subjected to various spoken words, music, and environments. The same study was done with the plant. They had a study done where they got two groups of students, both with plants, sat it in some water underneath the sun, right, so it can receive the sun. And they were told and instructed to really talk to the plant negative, and the other half of the students was told, instructed to really talk to the plants positively. Y'all already know what happened. One lost its vital life force, and the other one elevated its vital life source. The same experiment was done. So when I say words like love, gratitude resulted in stunning, beautiful, symmetrical crystals. How many of y'all ever seen a snowflake up close? Put a one in the comment section. The baby that I still remember the day I was very young and I seen a snowflake up close. It was big enough where I can literally see the pattern of it. It was one of the most beautiful sights. Oh, you came over here on TikTok. It was one of the most beautiful things that and I was so baffled. I'm like, how is this snowflake shaped like this? I'm like, this is beautiful, but it's snow. It's not supposed to have form. It's not supposed to have shape, right? So it was stunningly symmetrical, crystallized, while negative words caused the formation to be distorted, right? So this fascinating exploration suggests that if our thoughts and our words can influence water, which the earth is majority made up of water, your body is largely made up of water. Water is consciousness. Okay, follow me. This fascinating expo. So if our thoughts can and words can influence water, external water and internal water, they might also impact our own well-being. They also impact our own well-being. Our bodies are composed of predominantly water, right? Therefore, when you begin understanding the etymology of the vibratory frequencies that you are emitting every day via running your mouth, when you use them intentionally, when you use it intentionally, and when you are intentionally about who's speaking around you, and you incorporate positiveness, higher elevated words of love, peace, prosperity, gratefulness, no matter what's going on. that elevates your consciousness. It's good for your health. It's good for your mind. However, continually talking things that are low vibrational, low in frequency, right? Just know that the water that's inside your body is conforming to the very same things in you that you are spelling. Do y'all understand that? So every time you say, this is why I don't play around as much as I used to. Now, I used to be one of the ones, I played around a lot. All right, especially growing up in Brooklyn, we just had slick mouths, okay? And it was what many of y'all call shooting the shit. Oh, we just shooting the shit. I ain't shooting I ain't pew-pewing nobody's shit, okay? I raise my level of consciousness to where I dispel shit. I eliminate shit. I disregard shit. I back up from shit. I get away from shit. I don't talk shit in that manner. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know what shit do. I know what shit do now. So when you're around your homies or your girlfriend, your loved ones, your spouse or whatever, and y'all be like, you know what? Y'all know the terms we used to use because I used to use it too all the time. I'm like, oh my God, you so stupid. You are so stupid. You just stupid. You are so you stupid. You are so stupid. Like, what's another one? Put it in the comments. Put something in the comments that you know that is low vibrational, that you stop saying still, that need to stop saying. Come on, y'all. Come on, participate. Okay, well, I'll throw some. Oh, words like I love you. What does it do? I just love you. Oh, you silly. You just silly. Oh, you dumb. You are so dumb. Oh my God, you dumb. You out here looking real crazy. You looking real crazy right now. And it's worse when you got that swag and you put it on like, oh, you my ish. You my ish, okay? I'm a bad ish, okay? I'm a bad ish, okay? I'm telling you, keep on acting funny, right? Keep on acting funny. You crazy, yo. You mad. You mad or no? You mad, cool. You mad. Come on now. Come on now. Let's speak some truth. Let's tell some truths. I say. Check that frequency. Yes. We know the things for, oh, you my ish. You my baby, you ain't my ish. You know what? And I ain't your ish no more. I used to subscribe to that. But let me tell you one thing. You can continue being a bad dog if you want to, but I know about me. I'm an infinite, beautiful vessel, beautiful consciousness. I am an infinite, ain't no way all this is gonna be a bad dog. I ain't nobody bad dog, and don't you dare. People that I surround myself with now, they would not dare open their mouth to talk. Oh, you my ish. Excuse me? Excuse me. I don't even curse myself like that. You ain't gonna curse me either. And then we think it's cute. We think it's fun. We think it's fun. And it's not. Because you have no idea what it's doing to you. We just went through and I explained to you an indisputable fact that not only the world is primarily water. What's inside you is also, what's primarily inside you is also water. And if it's an indisputable fact that your words are sounds, words are vibration, and it comes from spell casting, and it is the ancient principle of it, why would you keep cursing yourself? Why would you keep shooting the ish? Why would you keep talking the same way? Why would you keep entertaining the same conversation? Now, I want to say something, okay? I want to say something to y'all. I understand that not only do we have to understand this and start to apply it, I also understand when you are attached to loved ones. Is it going to be a smooth transition? No, I understand it because some of these people in your, not people, some of these souls in your life, some of these beings in your life, you're really close to, you're connected with. You went through a lot of things together. right? You went through a lot of things together. Some of these beautiful beings are your very children. They are your very spouses and partners. Some of these beautiful beings are your friends, your aces, your number ones, your day ones, day zeros, numeros, unos. I understand all of that. However, even with the understanding of that, even with the empathy attached to it, even with the compassion that is attached to it, it does not matter when it comes to what it does and is doing to you and others. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sank here, how are you? Oh, Sank Ace, is it Sand Case? I hope I'm not pronouncing it wrong, right? So trust me, I get it. So no, am I suggesting that you just like cold turkey, like yo, I can't even F with you like that no more. I can't, but no, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that at least position yourself to take one step after the other. I don't know about you. I am a being that I will always give a genuine nudge. That's a nicer way to put it. I am always going to give a fair and just warning. And I am even to myself, because it is your higher self versus your lower self. So this applies to me too. I'm going to give you a fair and just warning. My wise advice is for you to adhere to it, because the consequences are going to be severe. Okay? So, however you give that fair warning or just a fair update, call it an update. I call it warnings now. I'm past the point of updates. I used to say I'm gonna give you an update on where I am to see where we could be. Because there's also the fact that people, places, and things come to a completion. Yes, your soul is infinite. You will never die. You will never dissipate. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. We learned this. Many of us know this. It can only be transmuted. So when something when something or someone loses its life force, it's just transferred somewhere else or into someone else, into another vessel. So understand that yes, our souls are infinite, but understand that this vessel, my love, have a completion date, and I do not know when it is. So why keep playing with your life like that? I'm just saying. Now there's so many ways where you can have good, healthy fun. So many. I'm not going to go into them, but you're intelligent enough to write down on a paper. If you're intelligent enough to write down 10 things right now that can be good and healthy fun. Okay. All right. We are coming to a conclusion. We are coming to the conclusion of this live. Okay, I need y'all to understand the impact of the words that you are using. I really do. Right? I need y'all to know that you can dictate the ripples that your words is creating. You can dictate the shapes that you want to form with your words, right? As well as the impact of them and the severity. Every word you speak, think about it like this. Every word you speak is like throwing a pebble in a pond. I know many of you have seen what happens when you throw a pebble in a pond. So imagine for a moment that your words and emotions are like the surface of a still pond, right? You just see the gentle waves just flowing. Everything is flowing, right? It's cohesive, it's in harmony, it is in sync with the wind. You understand? And its stillness, and it's just beautiful. There's just a beautiful, harmonious balance and flow of those ripples. So when the gentle ripples of a certain sound frequency touch this pond, they are going to create the waves. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it influences the tranquility. It influences the peace. It influences the movement and the vibration. And it can either aggravate it or be in compliance with it. Mr. Malvox, how are you, my love? Right? So every word that you speak is like a pebble thrown in that pond. And dependent on the frequency of your words will dictate the severity of the motion it caused. Now, some of your words that you throw out, that you spell cast, they're like little pebbles, little pebbles. You throw it in, you see a couple of ripples. You can even do make the rock skip on water in certain patterns if you're skillful and nasty like that. I'm not, but right? Now imagine throwing or seeing a bulldozer-sized rock being thrown into the pool. It would literally create like a very small tsunami. That's what many of you doing. Many of you are unknowingly doing or knowingly doing. Every time you speak, every time you listening to someone, every time you, whether it's internal or external, you're throwing pebbles into the pond. Now, this pond isn't just any pond. You can't just go anywhere and find it because it's in here. Your pond is internal. It's just reflected externally. So every time you talk, every time you decide, every time you think, every time you feed those thoughts, it's like tampering with your self. It can either help you self-destruct or help you ascend. Do y'all understand that? Are we understanding that? Okay. Now, give me 1 second, TikTok. For those of you who are joining me from my YT channel, my T-Witch channel, and my FB channel, infinite gratitude. It has been a divine pleasure. And I hope you return next time, Mondays and Wednesdays, rise and 10 a.m., Eastern Standard Time for the next self-mastery lesson. Okay? Peace.